Can you imagine that the entrance to your home might be what's stopping you from having more money? Yes, the simple doorway to your house, that space you walk through every day without much thought, could be blocking the flow of prosperity you deeply desire. The place that should welcome good energy may be contaminated with invisible buildup, stagnant vibrations, and negative emotional patterns. Now imagine waking up tomorrow with renewed energy flowing through your entire home, feeling an immediate relief, as if a weight had been lifted from the air, walking through your rooms with lightness, with the sense that everything is finally starting to align. Your finances, your relationships, your well-being. In this video, you'll learn about 6 energy cleansing rituals focused on the entrance of your home. Simple but powerful practices that act as true vibrational unblockers. Each ritual is grounded in ancestral traditions, with psychological and symbolic support to activate the energy of prosperity in your home. Here's an invitation. Write in the comments right now: Estoy listo para abrir las puertas a la abundancia. This activates your commitment to this transformation and, at the same time, creates a collective current of intention among everyone here. If this content already makes sense to you, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications. Here, we are building a community connected by purpose, awareness, and abundance. Over the next few minutes, you'll understand how an apparently neutral space can carry a heavy emotional load, how that directly affects your personal energy and the flow of money in your life, and more importantly, how to change that today. Everything starts with the door. Literally. Tell me, how many times have you come home tired, and just by stepping inside, felt a heaviness in the air? Maybe it's not a coincidence. Maybe it's the sign you've been ignoring for too long. Your front door could be an energetic prison, or the portal to the life you desire. The choice starts now. Helena had always been a practical woman. She worked hard, cared for her family, did the best with what she had. But in recent months, something felt off. And it wasn't just financial. Bills seemed to multiply. Opportunities slipped through her fingers, and inside the house, the atmosphere was tense. Small conflicts would appear out of nowhere, as if the air itself was heavy. She began to avoid her own living room. The entrance, once full of plants, now had stacked objects, dirt in the corners, and a dense energy she couldn't explain. She felt emotionally exhausted, discouraged, as if she were carrying an invisible backpack full of stones. Maybe you're experiencing something similar right now. That feeling of doing everything right, and still nothing flows. It was on one of those exhausting days that Helena crossed paths with Celeste, a discreet woman with a calm gaze, who sensed Helena's discomfort even before she said a word. They met at a small craft fair where Celeste was selling incense and energetic objects. Hearing Helena open up, Celeste was direct. "Your home is trying to tell you something. Start with the door." That phrase echoed in Helena's mind. It was simple, but it said everything. The next day, she woke up determined. Before even having coffee, she went to her front door, took a deep breath, and saw it with new eyes. Dust buildup, a dried plant pot, old papers leaning against the wall, a dirty rug. It was as if the stagnation in her life had taken form right there. Celeste had taught her that the entrance is where everything begins, or gets stuck. With simple instructions and symbolic rituals, Helena began a transformation that wasn't just aesthetic. As she cleaned, she cried. As she reorganized, she breathed differently. And when she was done, she felt something she hadn't felt in a long time. Lightness. That same week, a late payment came through. A new client showed up. Arguments at home decreased. Coincidence? She didn't think so anymore. Because sometimes what seems physical is deeply energetic. And Helena was just beginning to open the right doors. Have you ever noticed how certain places make you breathe better, think more clearly, even feel physically lighter? And others, no matter how beautiful, leave a silent discomfort in the air. That's not coincidence. It's energetic perception, and more deeply, a reflection of how our brain responds to environmental stimuli. In feng shui, this idea is centered on a strategic point, the entrance of the home. That's what Chinese masters call the mouth of qi, the entry point for the vital energy that feeds all the rooms. When this point is blocked or neglected, it's as if life is knocking on your door and you can't hear it. Now think for a moment. What's sitting right at the entrance of your house? Forgotten items, moldy shoes, a mess you no longer notice because you've gotten used to it. Your brain has gotten used to it too. It learned to ignore it, but it never stopped being affected by it. Here's an interesting psychological insight. The human brain adapts to discomfort until it normalizes it. This explains why you can live for months, even years, in a space that drains your energy without realizing it. But when that adaptation is disrupted by a subtle change, like a reorganization, an intentional cleaning, or a symbolic ritual, the brain wakes up. It interprets that change as a signal of a new beginning, of openness. And what does that generate? An emotional state that's ready for action. Energy starts to flow because you allowed it, internally first. Back to the concept of feng shui. The entrance of your home is the boundary between the outer world and your inner world. That's where energy transforms, from external to internal, from collective to personal. When that portal is out of balance, you feel like nothing moves forward, that the days feel heavy, that good news always arrives late. But you can't explain why. Here's another decisive factor, the unconscious. According to deep psychology, the unconscious strongly responds to symbols. A neglected entrance space can reinforce, without you realizing it, the feeling that you don't deserve more, that nothing will change, that the chaos outside should remain inside. But when you clean, reorganize, and ritualize that entryway, you send a very clear signal, not just to the universe, but to your own internal system. Here, I am ready to receive. And when you do this consciously, intentionally, and with specific rituals, you're activating 3 pillars of deep transformation. Symbolic action. When you carry out a physical act with emotional intention, the brain understands that something important is happening. This creates a direct bridge to the unconscious. Pattern interruption. Breaking the routine with a meaningful gesture reorganizes mental and emotional flow. You stop operating on autopilot. Creation of a new field of association. When you associate your front door with the feeling of peace, lightness, and openness, that image becomes your brain's and your energy's new reference point. That's why something that seems small, like replacing a doormat, lighting incense, or placing a vase with bay leaves, is actually huge. Helena discovered this in the simplest way, by feeling it. She didn't need to understand everything rationally. It was enough to notice that, after cleaning the entrance, the air felt lighter, and things started to align. The gesture was small, but the signal sent was enormous. And now that you understand the power of the entrance as the mouth of chi, as the portal of abundance, or the filter of your vibration, it's time to activate that space with intention. In the next few minutes, you'll learn about 6 practical, detailed, symbolic, and deeply transformative rituals. Each of them carries a vibrational code, a meaning, and a specific effect on your home's energetic field. Here's a tip. Stay until the last ritual. The 6th is the strongest, the most direct, the one that opens the doors from within, not just the house, but your own energy of worthiness. So take a deep breath, mentally observe your home's entrance now, and get ready to transform it into the ultimate channel of your prosperity. The transformation of a space starts with intention, but gains power through action. And the 6 rituals you're about to discover were selected not only for their ancestral tradition, but for their direct impact on the unconscious, activating symbols of purification, attraction, and energetic openness. Each of them carries a power that goes beyond the physical. By practicing them, you're sending clear messages to your brain and to your vibrational field. I am ready to receive. Before we begin, repeat this phrase mentally. My home is ready to welcome the energy of prosperity. This phrase isn't magic, it's neuroscience. When you speak something out loud with emotional involvement, your brain activates the area responsible for decision-making. You enter a state of readiness, which amplifies the power of the next steps. Ritual 1. Salt and vinegar, neutralizing stagnation. Start with the essentials, clearing the invisible. Mix 1 tablespoon of coarse salt with a cup of white vinegar in a glass container. Place it at your home's entrance in a discreet corner for 24 hours. This ritual serves 2 clear purposes. Salt acts as a crystalline absorbing element, pulling out the dense energy accumulated in the environment. Vinegar breaks repetitive vibrational patterns, helping dissolve cycles that keep repeating, like debts that never end or doors that never open. Activation phrase while placing the container. Everything that blocks me is being dissolved now. My home breathes relief. Psychological trigger activated, immediate relief. The simple act of placing the container with intention makes your brain feel that a decision has been made, and that perception changes everything. Ritual 2. Ground cinnamon, attracting positive energies. After cleansing, it's time to make room for the new. On the first day of a month, or during a personal new beginning, place a small amount of ground cinnamon in the palm of your hand. Go to the entrance of your home, take a deep breath, and blow the cinnamon into the house while clearly saying, as this cinnamon enters, prosperity enters, stays, and multiplies in my home. Cinnamon, in addition to being a symbol of prosperity in many cultures, has a vibrational activation quality. It warms the field, stimulates flow, and moves energy in a gentle yet continuous way. Psychological trigger activated, sense of movement and reward. The sweet, comforting scent of cinnamon creates an immediate emotional association, linking the feeling of pleasure, with the symbolic act of abundance. Short testimony from a follower. I did this ritual for 3 consecutive months. In the 3rd month, I received an unexpected job offer. Maybe it was luck, but I prefer to call it a sign. Ritual 3. Bay leaves and solarized water. Protection and energetic clarity. You'll need 3 bay leaves, 1 pitcher of water, a clear glass container, sunlight. Place the leaves in the water and leave it in morning sunlight for at least 3 hours. Then spray this water at the entrance of your home, on the door frames, and if you wish, also on the doorknobs. Activation phrase. The energy that protects me is clear, strong, and loving. Everything that doesn't belong to prosperity leaves now. Bay leaves are known to attract recognition, protection, and fulfillment. Solarized water enhances this intention with the power of the sun, a universal symbol of clarity and expansion. Psychological trigger activated, feeling of safety. The mind relaxes when it perceives a symbolic protection system. This reduces unconscious fear of loss or failure, making it easier to welcome vibrational trust. And attention. Only 3 powerful rituals remain, and the last one is the most transformative. The ritual acts as an energetic seal, a final code that definitively activates the field of abundance. Don't leave now. Each step is part of the complete unblocking. So far, you've neutralized stagnation, activated the flow of entrance, and sealed the energetic protection field. Now, we shift into a new frequency, magnetization and emotional harmonization. This second half of the rituals is designed to align your internal vibration with what you want to manifest externally. Because it's not enough to cleanse your home, you must also prepare your inner emotional space to hold the prosperity that's arriving. And when you perform these practices with presence, something shifts in silence. Your mind begins to associate that space with lightness, abundance, and a fresh start. Ritual 4. Lemon and honey. Magnetic sweetening of energy. Lemon purifies. Honey attracts. This combination activates what the ancients called a sweet field, an environment that invites good opportunities to draw near. Mix the juice of 1 fresh lemon with a spoonful of honey in half a cup of warm water. Use this mixture to dampen a clean cloth and gently wipe the doorknob and the sides of your entrance. Activation phrase. The energy that reaches me is sweet, light, and prosperous. Only what uplifts me remains. Psychological trigger activated, tactile and symbolic pleasure. Honey awakens pleasant sensations through touch and aroma, activating areas of the brain associated with reward. By linking this to the ritual, you train your internal system to crave more moments like this. Micro testimony. After this ritual, I started feeling more joy in the little things, and an unexpected invitation to a new project came my way. Ritual 5. Petals and Florida water. Emotional harmonization. This is an energy bath for both your space and yourself. It's the moment your home stops being just a physical place and becomes a reflection of your emotional state. You'll need a handful of fresh petals, roses, jasmine, lavender. A few drops of Florida water or natural essence. A bowl of warm water. Soak the petals and the essence in the water. Let it rest for a few minutes while you mentally set your intentions. Then, using a cloth or spray bottle, distribute this water at your entrance and if desired, over yourself, on your arms, wrists, and the back of your neck. Activation phrase. My home is an extension of my soul, and today it fills with peace, lightness, and love. Psychological trigger activated, symbolic self-care. When you care for your space the same way you would care for yourself, the brain interprets that gesture as a reinforcement of worthiness. This raises your internal vibrational standard and prepares your psyche to receive more and better. This ritual is especially helpful on heavy days, during times of accumulated tension or emotionally difficult cycles. Ritual 6, Golden Seal, the final activation of abundance. This is the most symbolic ritual, and therefore the most powerful. It works as an energetic seal, marking the end of a cycle of blockage and the beginning of a cycle of true openness. You'll need a blank sheet of paper, a gold pen or gold paint. If you don't have one, use a pencil plus intention. A small crystal, citrine, pyrite, or clear quartz. Write on the paper, my home is an active channel of abundance. Everything that comes to me grows, blooms, and multiplies. Fold the paper and place it behind your front door, taped or inside a small envelope. On top of it, place the crystal. Activation phrase as you place the seal. I am abundance. I open, receive, and share. Psychological trigger activated. Ritual of commitment. By sealing this intention, you create an energetic anchor. Every time you pass through that door, even unconsciously, you'll be reinforcing this vibrational field. This is the point of no return. The moment you stop being someone who merely wishes for change and become an active part of transformation. And now that all 6 rituals have been revealed, here's a reminder. It's not about doing everything at once. It's about doing it with truth. Sometimes one gesture made with presence is enough to change everything. If you've made it this far, you're among the few who truly choose to act. Energy cleansing doesn't end with the rituals. It requires constant upkeep, just like a plant needs regular watering to bloom. Start by keeping the entrance of your home clean, airy, and visually pleasant. The simple act of sweeping daily with presence already renews the vibrational flow. Place symbolic objects near your door. A vase with green leaves, a citrine stone, or an image that represents prosperity to you. Use a doormat with positive words. Phrases like, welcome abundance, speak powerfully to the unconscious. Scents like cinnamon, lavender, or rosemary also help keep the vibration high. And if possible, illuminate this space naturally during the day or with warm lights at night. Light is life, and where there is light, there is energetic movement. Think of it this way. Your entrance is a mirror of what you are allowing in. If it is vibrant, clear, and intentional, the energy that arrives will be of the same nature. Throughout this video, you've seen that the entrance to your home is much more than just a physical space. It's a point of energetic decision. It's where your reality begins each day. And now, maybe for the first time, you're looking at that space with the right eyes. You've learned that Qi, the vital energy, needs a path to flow. That prosperity doesn't knock on the door of someone who blocks it with forgotten objects, dust, and accumulated vibrations, but that it enters gently when it finds openness, intention, and care. Helena discovered this the moment she chose to see her home as a reflection of herself. When she cleaned the entrance, it wasn't just the dirt that left. It was fear, doubt, stagnation. And you? What are you ready to let go of? And what are you ready to let in? If these rituals sparked something inside you, even if it's just a small flicker, know that this feeling is a calling. Your energetic field is responding, reorganizing, and saying, "Yes, I want more." But remember, there's no transformation without practice. Energy is like a river. It only flows if you don't block it. Every small action you take from here on out, no matter how minor it may seem, is like a stone removed from that riverbed. One more opening, an invitation to abundance. So here's your next symbolic gesture. Write in the comments: "La entrada de mi casa es un canal de abundancia." That comment isn't for me. It's for you. It's a way to seal this moment and send a direct message to your subconscious. I've chosen this path. And if this content helped you, like the video, subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. That keeps us connected and strengthens this collective field of transformation we're building together. You deserve a home that vibrates with you. You deserve to live in a space that doesn't block your dreams, but attracts them, nurtures them, and helps them grow. Energy is in motion, and now it knows exactly where you live.